Three things you would take to a desert island.
Ah, let's see. A book, probably Gravity's Rainbow or a long novel. Um, a laptop with a good battery, a really good battery, and then a sailboat
Yeah.
in case I want to leave.
Any superstition you have before starting to design a new game?
I have to have a day where I can work on it without interruption before I really can start. I just need a totally quiet day. Yes.
Which game took you the longest to create?
Arcs, probably.
Arcs.
Well, John Company was long, 10 years, but very intermittent. Worked on it, would take breaks. Arcs was 3.5 years of constant work.
What inspires you?
I mean, it's a bad answer, but everything. I love seeing, I'm very inspired by any work of art that takes a long time. If I find that a sculptor was working on something for a decade or a composer for a generation, I want to know everything about that piece. I'm so inspired by long, epic works.
What's your favorite Euro game?
Does Martin Wallace count? Age of Steam?
Okay. And favorite game overall?
Oh gosh. Probably 1817, maybe.
Okay.
It's an economic game.
What games did you play as a child?
I played a lot of Risk and Stratego and chess.
Same here. A real historical event that deserves a game.
That's very difficult. Well, I'm going to cheat and say what I'm working on. I want to do a game on the subject of American Reconstruction
Okay.
because I think it is fascinating and it explains so much about American politics today, but there's never been a good game on the subject, and you should be.
Fantastic. What do you prefer? Conquering an empire or founding one?
Founding one always. There's a Scottish author who has a phrase at the beginning of all his books, which is that you always should live as if you, or work as if you live in the early days of a new nation. And I've always liked that idea that you should put yourself in the most aspirational frame.
Have you ever cheated while playing one of your games?
Not one of my own. Not
But
one of my own.
other games?
Sometimes.
Root or Oath on a Sunday afternoon?
Oh, Oath.
Which root faction would you take to a party?
Probably the Vagabond. I've brought a lot of vagabonds to parties.